this button, and I will make my introductions. So this evening we have two very knowledgeable young women with us who are going to talk about mastering our money using the program called Banzai, which is available on the Dover-Phila Credit Union website. Kelsey McConaha works here in the area at Dover-Phila Credit Union, and Rebecca Christensen is with us from the state of Utah because she is the representative for Banzai, the wellness library that we are going to refer to in tonight's program. If you have questions, you could put them in the chat, or you can wait until the end of the program and we'll take questions. And remember, since we're recording it, you can also either go back, like I say, the recording will be posted tomorrow or the day after. You can go back and listen to it yourself as many times as you want for a month. It will be posted for a month. And also tell your friends, you know, if you think there's information that your family members or your friends might need, please tell them about it, because that's what makes our programs useful to the public, because they're very informative. All right, so ladies, the program is yours. You may take it away. All right, thank you.
I'm gonna start sharing my screen. Okay, can you guys see it?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so like what Cheryl said, my name is Kelsey McConaha. I'm a youth and community outreach specialist for Dover-Phila Federal Credit Union, and I'm here today with Rebecca Christensen from Banzai. She's an expert of all things Banzai, and she will provide some Banzai details that I don't cover this evening. So just to give you some background on the credit union in case you're not familiar with us. Dover-Phila is a community chartered credit union that serves Tuscarawas County. We have 5 locations, New Philadelphia, New Cumberstown, Yorksville, and then we have 2 locations in Dover. We serve about 1/3 of Tuscarawas County, which is a little over 35,000 members. And then when I talk about community chartered credit union, I just mean that our membership is based on our community. So our community is Tuscarawas County. So if you live, work, worship, or attend school in Tuscarawas County, then you qualify for membership. If you want more information about the credit union, you can visit our website, which is www.dpfcu.org. So here's some background on our Banzai sponsorship that we have. So Dover-Phila started offering this sponsorship in 2017. Banzai is an award-winning interactive educational platform that focuses on making financial topics easy to understand. Its approach is about helping you navigate life's financial dilemmas, finding insight into specific situations, and discovering answers that are straightforward and easily applicable. So Banzai is available to basically K-12 schools, community organizations and programs, businesses, individuals, and even families. It's an educational tool that you can take with you. So there's nothing to download. You can access it on your desktop, your laptop, tablet, or smart device. And then it also offers over 100 financial tools and resources, such as articles, calculators, coaches, and courses, which I'll go over in further detail in a bit. So we offer 2 types of programs. There's a school program that's available to educators at no cost. And then we also offer the direct program, which is our community program that we're going to go into more detail this evening. This one is available to you at no cost. So I'm going to go in. This is Dover Public Library's version of it. So actually, do you know what? Let me go into the school program really quick. So our school program, like I said, is available to educators at no cost. We started offering this program to local high schools in 2017. And then in the summer of 2020, we were awarded a financial literacy grant from the Ohio Department of Commerce. So this has allowed us to expand our Banzai sponsorship to lower level grades. So we currently sponsor 26 area school districts. And then here's actually 26 schools, I should say. And then these are all the schools that we sponsor. If you're an educator, let me know later on and I can get you more information on this program. I'll also have my contact information at the end of this. So going back into the direct program, this is Dover Public Library's sponsored site, partner site with us. It's our community program available to anyone seeking financial resources at no cost. And like I mentioned earlier, it offers over 100 financial tools and resources in its wellness library, which is what you see right here. So there's articles. Let me go in here. There's over 80 articles that focus on direct information that takes the guesswork out of complicated financial terms and just ideas in general. Subjects cover anything from paying taxes to job loss to buying a home. So here's some of them that you have in general. Some of my favorites that I love would just be the 50-30-20 rule, just because it's very simple. Also, identity theft is ideal as well, that I enjoy looking over. And then we also have calculators that are available. There's over 20 calculators that help you crunch the numbers and get the answers you need. There's basically letting you know how much to take out for a mortgage, how much to save for retirement, costs of starting a family, or even going to college, or how long it will take you to pay off credit card debt and more. Cheryl mentioned earlier that we're going to have paying down debt in April, and some of this stuff is going to be pulling the calculators from this section. I have a lot of favorites in here. I'm always referring our members and just community to this area in general, the payoff calculator, the stimulus check one. I know that Banzai is always updating this. So the stimulus check one is something that they're constantly updating. So when the pandemic hit, they had this information available, and it's just something that we were able to provide to our members to let them know, hey, you can check this out and see how much you think you may possibly getting back. There's also coaches, which I know I keep saying, oh, I love this, I love that, but I honestly love this program. So coaches in general are there's a little over 14 coaches, and they function like a conversation with a virtual financial mentor. So you can input your information and select options that are unique to your situation in order to receive individual answers and numbers and guidance. I enjoy actually the one when it goes to the cost of college. There's a lot of questions that you don't necessarily think about. And then also I love the cybersecurity one that they have. I actually recently did that with a youth group, and even the adults in the group that take charge of it were just shocked by the information that was in there and how many times they've actually fell for, answering certain questions online. Different things that you can find in here for the coaches is getting out of debt, creating a budget. There's the cost of a wedding. And then also just HSAs, house savings accounts, how do you build credit and repairing your credit in general. The cost of college, I enjoy that just because it actually pulls information from universities that you're planning on potentially going to. And then also our community program offers courses. There's Banzai Teen, Banzai Junior, Banzai Teen, and Banzai Plus. So the Banzai Junior one is this one. It's designed for kids ages 8 to 12. It uses a storyline for summer lemonade stands and the goal of saving for a new bike. It just weaves activities like quizzes and counting money, and then it covers topics like making payments, unexpected expenses, sales tax, and ATM withdrawals. And then it's available in both English and Spanish. And then there's the Banzai Teen, which is more for ages 13 to 18. It gives teens the opportunity to work through real life financial problems in a safe environment. The goal for this course is to save enough money to further your education. This one actually has a module called Life Scenarios that's included in this that just provides more information regarding banking and budgeting and provides step-by-step instructions on what to do with income and expenses. It covers credit cards, auto loans, the envelope system for budgeting, checking accounts, and more, and it's also available in English and Spanish. And then finally, there's also the Banzai Plus, which is more for 16 and up. And this one actually brings the same kind of budgeting that you find in the previous ones, but it just goes into more complex ideas, more advanced level. And your goal is purchasing a home. and it calls for you to just embrace the adult size obstacles that you learn about, from paying off debt to credit scores, how to spend your money, and what matters most. Identity theft, down payments, tax returns, and more are covered in this, and it's also available in English and Spanish. So these courses, I love them. It's a choose your own adventure course, so it provides more hands-on learning through simulated activities. And you can actually start with any of those courses in general. So I'm sure you're probably wondering, how do I do the sign up of this? Let me go back in here. So when it comes to the programs, so the course programs, and Rebecca, let me know if I'm wrong on this, but course programs, you're going to need an email. So you'll select the login, and then you'll do the sign up and answer some questions. If you're going to set up in a child's program or a profile, you're going to need an adult to do that for you. But if you want the wellness library, which has the articles, the calculators, the coaches, there's no email required for that in general. And then for the school program, it's very simple too. You'll just select that you're a teacher. Let me go in, let me go back. So for this, you're actually just going to go into the login screen, and then you'll type in an email for this. And then you'll do a password. And then you'll log in for that. Obviously, okay. But you'll select your age. So I'll just say I'm 16. And then you can provide your first and last name. And then you'll do a password. Well, voila. And then if you are wanting to do the school program, you'll go in to sign up there, and then you'll select I'm a teacher, and you can do the walkthrough process for this. So if you're an educator and you're in on this call and you want more information, I will have my contact information at the very end that you can use to get more information. It's very simple. You can go here, sign up. You don't need any code from us. And then you can search by your school as well. And then from there, if you have more questions, feel free to email me and I can provide more information to you. Do we have any questions at all right now?
I don't see anybody chatting, so
Rebecca, do you have anything that I want to share that I did not cover at all? I know I kind of went through.
Nothing that comes to mind. I mean, most of Banzai is just getting that experience. So whenever you visit the Banzai Direct website, of course, there's many places that you can navigate. There is a search function. So if you're looking for specific information, you can, of course, type it in. We have everything you can think of, whether it's about retirement, whether it's about, teaching your own children about money, all that good stuff. And then, of course, there's the courses. You can play as many times as you would like. We do have another course that's coming. It is internet safety. It will educate about, setting passwords that are strong enough, and, how can you tell that an email is a scam? How can you tell that a website is secure for entering payment? That will go with Banzai Junior Teen and Plus. It'll be in the same place, easily accessed. And a lot of these were made not just so that kids can go through these, but even adults need Banzai Junior, somewhere to start. Even adults need to go through internet safety because not everyone knows what's all out there. And these are great activities to do as a family. And that's also kind of where this community product has come from, which is why Dover-Phila has decided to partner with us and also partner with the library and make sure that everybody who wants access to this type of education can have it. So there you go.
Does anybody want to see, or actually you mentioned the search feature on here, Rebecca. I'm going to share that really quick back into my screen. But this is what she was talking about. You can search by topic. So if you have maybe family planning that you want to do, there's dealing with illness, there's preparing for a baby, stuff like that, that you can go into and search too. And she mentioned also there's topics. So there's life changes, This is a huge one. Whether it's retiring, cost of a wedding, identity theft, or even, I think there's actually divorce in here too as well, I think. And then
Yes, it's in there somewhere.
there's so much in here that it's a lot of times people, I mean, if you're looking for a certain topic, I would definitely search by topics and stuff like that. But the coaches and calculators and articles, they're very detailed, and they just take very complex topics and just simplify them for you. I mean, if you are low on time, they actually have, I love that the fact that there's 4-minute read, 5-minute read, and then there's also, they talk about too that there's coaches interact like with this in general for certain articles as well. The cybersecurity one is a huge one that I know that the teams that I've been dealing with or been working with for youth groups really enjoy. They liked that a lot. Just filling out financial stuff for college has been a huge one. And we've actually pushed that with our schools in general. If they have parent nights where they're talking about furthering education, that's something that we bring up too. If you're looking to retire, there's the retirement calculator, there's health options. There's so much that plays into this that you're looking for. You can find it here, and it's at no cost to you. So you can jump on at any time and use this. Like I said, if you use the wellness library, you don't need an email address, but if you want to save information or use the courses, that's something that you'll need is the email address. So does anybody have questions at all?
I don't think so.
I'm trying to think of anything else. Do we have any educators at all on this, whether it's homeschooling or anybody interested in the school program? If you are a teacher at all, let me know. I will actually share my contact information with you. So this, if you have questions, if you have anything, this is me, Kelsey McConaha, and that's my email address. I can provide you, if you're a teacher or just someone in general wanting to know more information on how this compares to what is taught in schools, I can give you the curriculum comparison for Ohio standards. I can give you some videos as well to our YouTube stuff that we have for Banzai. So, yeah. Cheryl, did you have anything then that you wanted to add?
Well, the thing that I love about this is there's a lot of information at your fingertips, and they're short. They're there always, so you can reread them if you need to. You can share them with other people. It only takes 4 or 5 minutes to read some of those articles. And I just love the fact that sometimes these activities should be done by families together, because I think that's such a great way. I know that even as an adult, my parents never talked to us about finances, and somehow or other we always had money, but I just feel very unprepared sometimes about managing money and managing investments and things. And when I got on to explore some of the courses and some of the topics, there's just something for everybody. So, so I don't really have anything in particular that I wanted to say. And so I just want this information. I guess I muted myself. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I just want people to be aware that these tools are at your disposal, because I think people are reluctant to talk about, their finances with other people. I know even myself, my sister is way more savvy than I am about finances, and I'm kind of embarrassed to say I don't know that much about it. So this is a place where people can go, and if you need help, you've got Banzai, and you've got, someone at the credit union that can help us out for sure. There's just, when you call it a wellness library, it is. there are lots of topics that people can choose from, you know.
Right. And
So.
you mentioned as a family, there are some articles and coaches and everything like that that actually go into more detail regarding that, just talking finances with teens and financial literacy with youth in general. Like what Rebecca said, one of the big reasons why we're offering this is we see there's a need for financial education. And we know that oftentimes it's something that as adults, I mean, we see it. I know there's some stuff even as an adult that I didn't learn until later on in life. And we know that financial literacy is very important. It should be something that we start educating on with our youth at a younger age than what we currently do. And so that's why we decided, okay, we need to offer this to the schools at no cost. We need to be able to get just people have access to a tool across the board, whether it's in-person learning, remote learning, whether it's a person, a family, an individual, a business, a school, anything, an organization, a church, anything, they can have access to this. That was our big thing, is we wanted a financial platform that anyone could have access to and want to know information about any sort of topics in general, whether it's taxes, family planning, retirement, unemployment, anything like that. And Banzai was something that just fit the bill. It was something that people can easily access across the board, whether, like I said, their tablet, desktop, laptop, their smart device. There's no downloading involved. They just go to the website and they can search so easy for a certain topic that they're interested in. And then also when it comes to the schools, it's something that's consistent across the board as well. That kids that are remote or kids that are in person, they're all learning the same thing. And then they also have the option too, if they need it, a printed workbook too. So we very much love this program in general. And we saw that there was a need again, and we figured this is the best way we can do it, is through this type of program. So, yeah.
Right. I also, do you have a way, like you listed a lot of the schools. Do you have a way of knowing exactly how much the schools are using these programs?
So so part of our grant information is I'm continuously working with schools, but we do have, I mean, they'll order stuff and they'll show a login and such. So we do know ahead of time if they're using our stuff in general, because they'll reach out to us.
Good.
And we provide feedback at the very end. So actually all courses, it's just open to feedback, which we love. We're happy that Banzai provides that feature, where whether if you're using the community program or if you're using the school function, we're getting feedback to see how we can better the program, what we can offer more. We can give that, Banzai uses that to build on their program, and then we can use it too, just to know that, hey, it's working. We're getting positive feedback. This is getting used and stuff like that. So It's really nice. Yeah. But we have a lot of schools that are currently utilizing it right now. And it's nice that with the grant that we received, we were able to expand into lower levels. So right now it's middle school and high school in Tuscarawas County, and then some areas outside of Tuscarawas County have access to this. And it's nice that they have the consistency that, okay, they're learning this in middle school, and then when they go off into high school, they're going to have the same platform. So they're going to have consistent learning across the board. So that's really nice.
Well, I think too, so when you partner with the schools, everybody thinks that the only place you can learn is in a school, but just think of the student who learns how to use these tools as a young person. Then when they step out of a school environment, they still know where that website is, and they still know that the topics grow with them, because their needs will change. Like I noticed there was one there about the wedding, how much a wedding costs, or the first year of a baby. Those things are just invaluable. And when you're not in school, then you rely on, other people. But this is a wonderful, wonderful tool for people. So
right.
And
go ahead.
And I'm sure that at the library, the exciting thing about having a partnership with the library and a site for the library is that if people come in with questions, then we can guide them to the site, and that makes everybody's life better, because as librarians, we are not allowed to give you know, financial advice or political advice or whatever. And this is a place where they can go get advice that's expert advice. It's designed to help people, so it's perfect. Yeah.
Right. And like I said, the school program and the community program are very similar. And so those students that learn about it in school, like you said, when they're out of school, they can still use this program by accessing it through the community website. And we understand that no financial situation is alike. Everyone has a different financial situation going on. So when it comes to the calculators and then when it comes to the coaches, those are things that people can use and personalize to according to what's going on with them. And then they can always come back and change it. And it's very interactive. It's a really nice program.
Right.
And then they update this. Rebecca, how frequently does Banzai update their stuff in general? Because I noticed just in general using it, there's times I come back, I'm like, oh, that's updated. That's something new.
Yeah, so first of all, our articles that talk about things like retirement or the stimulus, you know, we keep an eye on trends and changes, especially with rates changing and things like that. So we're always vetting the articles to make sure that they're up to date. We're always adding new content, like constantly creating new content, hence the reason we have a new course coming. I'd say there's at least always a new calculator coach or article every 5 to 6 weeks, if not sooner. Sometimes they'll release them when they're ready instead of waiting for like their off period, I guess is what they call it. I don't know. I'm not a developer. I'm just a relationship person. But yeah, it's a constant thing where we're just adding, you know, topics. We're listening to people's feedback, you know, because that Banzai was built on feedback. We started out in schools, you know, providing financial literacy for teachers who were teaching in high school. And based on their feedback, we, you know, evolved and changed. I mean, Banzai's been around since 2007, if that tells you anything. They created Banzai Junior because there were teachers asking for it for younger kids. We created Banzai Plus because adults wanted some literacy as well as for high school seniors. We created the Wellness Center because there were just so many more topics that need to be covered. Just in response to what states are now requiring for financial literacy. For example, some states require gambling to be taught for financial literacy, which, okay, we didn't have that in our simulation. How about we create? So that's kind of where that came from. And then it's just grown from there. Like I said, constant feedback from our sponsors, like DoverPhila and also those partnerships. So like with the library, if we hear even from users, like we love to listen and take that in and see what we can do with it. And so I'd say it's just going to constantly grow. It's never going to be boring, that's for sure. So
yeah, I'm amazed. Like anytime we're constantly sharing this information just with our staff in general, and our staff I know is just always amazed by the amount of information that the Wellness Library has. I know I keep talking about how awesome this is, but I seriously do love Banzai a lot. It's just a very robust platform. And like I said, it's at no cost for the community, organizations, business, stuff like that to use. And there's so many different topics that it covers. I mean, the family planning, furthering your education, job loss, even I believe there's even like a bookkeeping course.
Yes.
Information in there too, if you even want to start your own small business or looking into doing that and stuff. So it's so like you've topics you want to know about, guarantee Banzai has it in there for their Wellness Library.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, it just really caters to the needs of everybody, because you can find something that you're interested in or something that you need, and it's there, and you can take it as far as you want. So it's really great, really great. I can see it as a great tool for everybody.
So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen real quick.
Okay.
Have a quick view for, you know, just anyone who's just, you know, deciding to go to this website and kind of check it out. You know, where do I start? So obviously we come to doverlibrary.learnbanzai.com, and this is where it takes me. Well, I have all of these links. Where do I go? Well, I'm definitely going to check this out. We have a few select topics that we've put on here. managing crisis is probably the most popular one right now in response to what's been happening in the last year. So I'm going to click on that one first. This is the information that people are looking for the most right now. We have a coach that helps you learn about creating a budget. We have, an article about children about money. We have an article about, if you're out of work, how to reduce your food bill. Is the money in my account safe? What do I do if I can't afford my minimum payments? Like things that are really hard topics to talk to people about. And so once you start going into these topics, we've embedded some of our coaches within these topics that are relevant, but we've also given some related content. So then there's kind of that rabbit hole that you can go down of content to find what you need. So it's not just, financial education, it's that real life, real world education, especially with what's been going on as of late in this crazy time that we're having. Now, if anybody decides, well, I want to go, play one of the courses and check it out, well, maybe I'll try Banzai Junior first. That's awesome. That's fine. Creating an account, as Kelsey showed, is very easy. So let's pretend I'm 20. I'm definitely not 20. How many times have we lied about our ages?
Well, I think I signed up as 16, so.
Yeah, so you win so far. Just know that whatever information is entered in is protected, especially under the age of 13. We abide by the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. They can still access these programs knowing that their information is safe. But you have access to all 3 of these courses. There is a link to take you back to the Wellness Center. If you go into your profile, it would also take you in there. You can even change the language in your profile, so English and Spanish. And then anytime you play a game, there is a pre-test and a post-test, as well as the game itself. And right here you can see that this is, oh, there's sound on here. This is a choose your own adventure. Are you James? I'm gonna be James because that's my son's name. And then you get your spending jar, keep track of your money, and then it's a simulation. So this one, your mom came through with your allowance. You have an income. Okay, you get $5, put it in your spending jar. And then it starts to teach about, just putting your money where it needs to go. And I could keep going, but it would take too long. But you start to learn about IOUs. They have a lemonade stand and you have to learn about putting money aside. And while it seems childish, at the same time, there are so many adults who don't even know this stuff. And you wish and hope that they would. And it's a great place to start. Banzai Teen, of course, like Kelsey said, goes into a lot more in-depth topics. You have an income. It talks about, gross versus net income and things like that. And you have to pay rent and you have a car and it breaks down. And do I fix it or do I get a new one? Like it makes people think about all these simulations and play with money without playing with real money. Because, if we don't have to do that, that's great. We don't want to lose our money in real life. But that's kind of a great place to start, is just to start clicking around and checking it out and introducing it to people you might know. I've shared Banzai with a lot of my friends, a lot of my family, not in a, I know that you're struggling with money, here's this resource type of thing, but more of like a, hey, check this out. I bet you'll find something that, you didn't know or might need later. And a lot of people have come back to me saying that they're very grateful for it. So that's a great way to get started.
Yeah, we push it too. We always tell people you can't break it. Go in, play with it, look at all the stuff. You might find what you mentioned. You might click on one topic and then you'll see other little subtopics underneath there and be like, oh my gosh, I need to know more about this. So yeah, thank you for sharing that part of your screen.
Yeah, definitely.
So much better than I did on that.
Oh, I've been doing this for longer than you, Kelsey.
I love the internet safety one.
Yep, this is the course that's still coming. It is in beta testing. Like I said, everything we do is based on feedback. So teachers are testing this out for us in their classrooms right now and offering us our feedback. But just to give you a quick little glimpse, even this one has a pre-test and a post-test. This is one I definitely encourage families to do. There are a lot of hard topics in here, like, researching charities to make sure that you're giving your money to a real charity. And of course, my internet's not going to load it now. Oh, I know why, because I'm logged in as someone else. Okay, we're going to pretend I didn't do that. Checking if websites are secure for entering payment. Even, internet etiquette, such as, should I be sharing a picture of my friend online without their permission? things like that. So that's coming, and that will be coming soon. And I know that Kelsey's going to make sure everybody's aware of it when it's ready, because we're going to let her know, because you know, this topic of internet safety has been needed, especially now that kids are online for school and all these virtual meetings, such as what we're having right now. Like, there's so much out there that we can only cover so much, but at least we can give them a head start. So.
Yeah, we did that cyber security one. We, like I mentioned during the youth test or youth group one, we actually walked through the test of it. And I know that the one of the teachers was just like, do you know how many times I've done posts where I fill out questions about myself and it's posted online? She's like, those are those questions. And I'm like, yes, it is. Yeah, it says it's for teens, but it's definitely adults can learn a lot from it.
For sure. Well, does anyone else have questions?
I know this is a lot of information, but it's just, once you get in there, it's not overwhelming. I promise you. It's actually, I love how it's interactive and very visual, and it's very quick pieces of information that you receive. Nothing that's complex. So
there's no fluff, I guess is a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Well, and you can, when you, I lost my train of thought here for a second. When you get in there, you can spend as little or as much time as you want on the things that you are interested in. And like you say, you might stumble across something that you weren't particularly looking for, but it seemed like a good idea to take a look at because it seemed interesting. And I'm sure there's always something new that people can use, and, you know, new information. And there's no pressure. Nobody's controlling what you're watching or counting how many times you viewed that. You know, well, like I played the lemonade stand and I thought, oh, I made that mistake, you know, but you are the only person that's seeing what you're doing. So it's very, very, very useful, I think. So, and I think, you know, it's just like everything else. You just have to play around with it until you become familiar with the website. It's very straightforward. So I think it's just a question of sitting down and actually taking some time to look through some of the topics and educate yourself. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So does anybody have another question that they would like to ask? Now, remember, you can, this is going to be on our website, and, you know, the recording of this program that you can share with friends. And the website itself is something that's free and shareable. So, you know, make sure that we all take advantage of that and spread the word around about this wonderful wellness library provided by the Dover-Phila Credit Union in partnership with Banzai, because it's very useful. Can make our lives a lot safer, a lot easier.
Also, I want to mention too, if you want more information, there are brochures, Banzai brochures at the library for anyone that needs them. And then also, let me bring it up really quick. But we have, if you're interested, I'm going to share this really quick. But our next event, and we'll cover some of the Banzai tools that you can use to help with this as well. We'll mention those and show them off during the presentation. But we do have this upcoming event, which is the paying down debt, which Cheryl mentioned at the very beginning too. So in case anybody's interested.
Great. All right. And, you know, you can always, if you forget the date, the library website has a calendar. You can check it out. And you can always call the library. People will be happy to help you find the program that you're looking for. So, all right. Well, I thank our participants for coming and joining with us tonight. And I thank our presenters, Kelsey McConaha and Rebecca Christensen. It's been very informative and actually kind of inspiring, because when we feel like we are not doing our best in our finances, we know that there's help there that we can access at any time, day or night, that we, that's at our fingertips if we just use it. So thank you. Yes, Kimberly is saying that she's going to share the recording link with a couple of important people in her life. So hopefully everybody will benefit from our session tonight. That's the goal, is to make everybody financially literate and learn about how they can manage their money using Banzai. So, well, thank you, ladies, so very much. So I will stop the recording now, and I just want to thank you so much, because it really is an important and informative program. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Well, you're
It
very
was a
welcome.
pleasure.